Dandelions, that's new. And daisies. Okay, these are new. I think these, you get into herbalism. Morel mushrooms they already had, but I think these daisies, let me take a look at that. Interesting. Daisy, a type of herb used for reducing the feeling of thirst. Found in the wilderness during spring and summer, can be consumed or used for crafting. Oh, they give you health? Nice. And 40-second effect duration, 75% less water consumption. Oh, cool. Well, let's go ahead and eat one of those. There's no chance of poison. Okay. So, that says 75% less water consumption. That means our water, that should slow down our water consumption. Very nice. Okay, I like that. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Medieval Dynasty. This has just came out of early access yesterday, September 23rd. So I'm very excited about playing this game. We are going to start a brand new game. They made a lot of changes, the developers did, in the game. They totally redid the quest line. They have made changes to the map, and they've made changes to animal hunting. They've added bandits in the game. So lots and lots of changes. So the developers encourage you to start a brand new game and take advantage of the new quest line, the new story, and all that. So that's what we're going to do. Always not crazy about starting a brand new game. You lose what you've built up, but I'm used to this. I play a lot of early access games, so it doesn't bother me. So I'm okay with it. So we're going to get into it. This game is currently on sale on Steam for $27.99 US dollars. I believe that's the correct price. It's at a small discount since it is the first version. We're on version 1 of the full release game out of early access. So let's click on new game, and we do have the option. I want to show you this. We do have the option to customize. There's a lot of different things you can change. The developers have made it where you can change a lot of different things. I'm going to leave all the defaults. You can change the number of days in a season. The default is 3. I feel like that works pretty good. You can change your taxes, building limits, a lot of different things you can change in the settings here. I'm going to leave it at default because I'm okay with everything. I thought it worked well the last season that I played. I believe I played 27 episodes in the last season that I played. So anyway, I'm excited to start a new season, and so let's get into it.
I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
Okay, guys, we are in game now. I love that intro. New quest, starting a new life. Talk to the Castellan. Alright, so let's take a look at our map here real quick here. This is where we spawn in, and it looks like these two towns have not changed. Our old camp we had right across here. And we'll see what it looks like. I didn't mind that area because we're so close to these two towns. The part I didn't like was it wasn't very flat there. So I'm thinking we may go down over here somewhere where it's flatter. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Baranica is still there. Branica is still here. Tutki was the last town they had built in early access. So I don't know. That kind of looks the same. We'll see. I know they made some changes to the map, so we'll just take a look and see. I am going to gather some sticks along the way. Let's look at our inventory. Let's see what we start out with. A torch. I'm going to equip that so that you just click on it, hit F to equip it. It goes over here. It has a special spot for a torch. So you can see we're 18 years old. I know some of you guys have been watching my previous series. This is going to be a little redundant to you, but I'm telling you all this stuff for somebody that's brand new to the game. They do start us out with 50 coins. We've got 5 apples, 20 dried meat, 2 oat rolls, and we have our clothes, our shoes, shirt, hose, that sort of thing. Alright, so I am going to gather a few things along the way. Like this stick. And we will head towards our first quest. As you can see, in the middle of my map there, I've got an exclamation point. That's where our first quest is. The little green tree, that designates what season we are in. If you hit our map key, it tells you that we are in spring. Right there, year 1. This is the current king, Girost. I don't know how to pronounce that. Girostri, the powerful. He is our current king right now. Day 1, it's 8:20 in the morning. Alright, so we'll just head this way. I know they changed the animals in this game. I think they're harder to kill. I see a little, that's new as well. I see a little, thought that was a rock. We want to gather rocks and stones along the way. We'll need that for some of our first quest. Or, well, I say that. That's what it used to be, anyway. I see a little green half circle there. I'm not sure if that's telling us how many we have. I'm going to see if that little green circle changes as we go along. I'm looking for rocks. Rocks are kind of the hard thing to find in the early game. For some reason. Alright. You can see we're coming across up to our first town here. So that looks like we're going to Gustovia. It doesn't look like that's changed much. So I'm really excited about to see what the changes they've implemented in this game. The biggie, of course, is bandits. That was something that a lot of people had asked for. I'm not sure if they are roaming bandits or if we come across their camps, you know, as we're traveling along to different cities. That's what I feel like that's going to happen. Now, is that green circle gathering any? I don't know. It looks like to me it's not moving any. It's hard to say. I thought it might fill up the more, the more sticks we got in our inventory. We've got 43 sticks right now. This is the value, and it says they're worth 0.2 coins. But the vendor, when you take it to the vendor, you never get as much as that says. It's always less. So we always keep that in mind. That you're not going to quite get what it says you're going to get, unless of course they change that as well. Alright, we're getting close. Here you see some of the villagers of Gustovia. Eventually we will recruit villagers for our own village. There is animals in the game to buy and breed. There's geese. We got, let's see if this guy still has his cattle. He does. This guy sells cattle. I did not get to that point in my last game to buy cattle and breed those. Alright, so this town looks the same. I apologize, you're going to hear a lot of that from me. You're going to hear a lot of, well, this looks the same and this looks different. Actually, this is new. Rudolph. What's Rudolph do? Have you heard anything interesting recently? Where can I find... Oh, there's a chance for small talk and farewells to leave. So, we're not going to talk to him. We're not going to talk to him right now. I just kind of want to show you, again, for new people. We do get married and have kids. That's one of the major goals of the game is to court a wife and get married and have a child to carry on your dynasty. So we're going to talk to the Castilian. Where's he at? Unigost. There we go. Hello, Unigost. Though, those eyes, I didn't think I would see them again. One blue as the sky and the other black like a lump of coal. This is Unigost. He's kind of the guy that runs the city, or runs this town. Are you alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. That's funny. My grandmother used to describe them exactly the same way. I'm going to pick option 2. So, you're not a ghost. Good. For a second there, I thought I lost it. Ha ha. But your eyes. You look just like him. Sorry, you must have mistaken me with someone. I'm new in these parts. Just arrived at the valley. Actually, my name is Rasamir. I'm... Wanda's son, aren't you? Lorden's nephew. I think... You pronounce that name Lorden? Or just Orden? Yeah, silent L, I guess. Orden's nephew. What? Did you know my mother? Not really. I knew of her. We didn't ever actually meet. He wanted to keep his family separate. I don't think I understand. You will. Wait. What do you mean by did? I know her. Is she well? I hope she is now, wherever that might be. I've lost both my parents in the war. Darn it, this world. Sigh. I guess it can't be as cruel as it is beautiful. I'm sorry, my boy. Nobody should lose their loved ones at such a young age. And my options are, it's okay, they've died, so I could live, and I plan to make the best of this life that I can in order to honor their sacrifice. Or, yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. I'm going to go with option 1. That's very mature of you. I'm sure they would be proud hearing that. You mentioned my uncle Jordan. I actually came here looking for him. Oh, Rasamir, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your uncle Jordan is no longer with us. He passed away 3 years ago. I'm so sorry. I understand how you must feel. He was a dear friend of mine. My options are, so that's it, I'm the only one left, or, oh no, that can't be. What happened? I'm going to go with, well, I want to know what happened. Number 2. Don't worry, he died peacefully, in his sleep. He didn't suffer. I can promise you that. So what should I do now? You are free to go wherever you like and start a new life. I hereby grant you the permission of the Castilian to build and farm on any unutilized land in the valley. Construct yourself a house and see what comes next for you. You can even build a whole village if you please. There are many travelers passing through. Maybe some of them would like to join your settlement. Just like that, I can take the land free of charge? Well, you'd have to pay taxes to the king annually. But apart from that, you are free to do as you please. As long as you don't break the law, of course. Or at least, if don't get caught doing so. That sounds amazing. The valley looks beautiful as well. I think I'll stay here and see what fate has in store for me. I'm glad to hear that. You can find resources all over the land. Grab a few rocks and sticks from the ground and craft yourself a simple axe. With it, you can cut down trees and chop them into logs. Then you can create a wooden hammer that will be crucial in the building process. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. When you build yourself a home, come back to Gustovia and talk to my wife. I'm horrible with medieval names, sorry. We're going to go with Dobraniga. She manages the tavern. Ask her to feed you. You must be famished. And then grab some beers for both of us and come back. I'll tell you some stories about Jordan. That sounds like a plan to me. Alright, collecting resources. All the basic resources can be collected in the wild. Just look around and reach out for them. Sticks are the easiest to find, but on the other hand, stones and herbs are much harder to spot. Move the cursor on the desired item until its name is shown and collect it. Resources are used for various purposes like building, crafting. Okay, I know all that already. Alright, so we've already got some sticks. We just need to find some rocks. We need 2 stones. Chapter 1, A New Beginning. Let's hit our... We got our tab key for knowledge up there. Dynasty Reputation. To invite newcomers into your settlement, you'll need a high enough dynasty reputation. Reputation can be earned by completing quests, chapters, and challenges. Failing challenges, not paying taxes, stealing, and other bad behavior will lower your reputation rating. When it drops below the value of 10,000, you will be banished from the valley, and your adventure will come to an end. Alright, we don't want that. Alright, let's go find some rocks. There's usually some rocks... down by the river. There's a stone right there. Okay. There's another one right there. Alright. Now we need to craft a stone axe. Tree cutting. To cut down a tree, you'll need to have an axe. This tool can be bought or crafted in creation menu in the handcrafting section. Equip the axe in one of the quick slots at the inventory and take it out. Approach a tree and start cutting it until it drops down. Then chop down the fallen one into smaller parts to acquire logs and other resources like sticks and feathers. Okay, we need that. We can go to the tab. We can hit tab and go to the knowledge if we need to on tree cutting. But I know how to do that. So our crafting wheel is Q. So we want to handcraft a stone axe. It takes 10 sticks and 2 stones. All right. So we need a wooden hammer. We need to cut down 5 trees, and we need 32 straw. So our straw we get down here by the river. It's actually called reeds, but if you look at the top left, it says straw. So let me gather these up real quick. All right, so we got our straw that we need. Now we need to craft a wooden hammer. Let's see what we need to craft the wooden hammer. We go down to hit Q, go down to crafting, and a wooden hammer takes 1 log and 10 sticks. Alright, so let's see where let's go back to our inventory. We got a skill point. Let's go ahead and sign it. It's in, it gave it to us in survival knowledge, 5% more experience gained from survival activities. I believe I want to do that one first. Yeah, this one's for temperature tolerance. These that are grayed out, we can't even select yet in the tree. So let's go to survival knowledge. We're going to hit F. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. So that is going to give us more experience from survival activities. Alright, let's go back to our inventory. Our axe is automatically equipped in the first slot. I forgot to show you this. We have 35 kilograms of weight we can carry. We're at 14 right now. Everything in this game is in kilograms, not pounds. Alright, there's another stone. Alright, let's chop down our first tree. And then we have to chop it down again to create logs. You see over there, I don't know if you caught that or not, but over in the top left, it gave us feathers. The feathers used to drop on the ground and you had to pick them up. Now they automatically just go into your inventory, which I'm glad they decided to do that. If we click on, I didn't show you the different tabs. This is everything. This tab is for your weapons or your tools. This is for your clothing or armor. This is your food tab, where we have apple, dried meat, oat roll. This is your resource tab. So we have 1 feather, log, stick, stone. Everything in the game also degrades. These are all at 100% right now. Our food is at 100%. probably our tools, like our stone axe here, it's at 93% because we've used it a little bit. So everything degrades down from 100%. That's something to keep in mind. And this tab is our coins. Okay, I normally keep it on my food when I'm questing, but for now we'll just keep it on the all tab. Alright, so we have 4 logs. We need to craft a hammer. I'm going to grab these stones while I see them here. Sometimes stones are easy to see and sometimes they're extremely hard to see. But there's usually stones down by the river. So if you're hurting trying to find stones, find a river somewhere and chances are you'll find them. Alright, so let's hit Q and craft our hammer. Which is right here. And we need to cut down 4 more trees. How are we doing on weight though? We're at 28 kilograms. I'm not sure. Let's go take a look at where we used to live. That wasn't a horrible spot. I think they have us build our first house right away. So we've got a town over there. We got this town here. That's why I originally built here. Now this is different. Yeah, they've changed this. But this is where I started building, and it was okay. But this area over here became where it wasn't very flat. Let's look at our map. I almost think I want to go down here. It's not the closest to the town, but I think it's flatter. Let's go take a look at that. Let's see, can I craft a spear? I want a spear just for a weapon. Yeah, actually I'm gonna craft. If you hit R, you can select, more than just one. So let's craft 2 spears. So we have a little protection. So I'm gonna move my axe to 4, and I just hit the number 4, highlight it, and our spears we're gonna put in slot 1 and slot 2. There we go. We got them 1 and 2. So not a lot of protection, but a little bit. Alright, so let's go down here and look and see. I kind of want to start off on the right foot this time and build where I think I want to build. Hopefully I just don't run into bandits right away. Not quite prepared for that. Yeah, let's go see what this area looks like down here. They also added new animals in the game. I think there's moose. What is this? A little wrecked cart. If you see these things, look around. Oh, I got a torch. Because sometimes there's loot here. There's a stone axe. And a plank. Okay, it wasn't great loot, but it was... they used to have a cart like this, and may still be on the map, where you could get a water flask, which was really nice, very helpful. It was very helpful early game. Alright, so let's see what this looks like. Yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking. And we've got a crossroads here. We can put our shops over here. Yeah, I think I might like this. We're close to water. I like being close to the water. Let's go on around the corner here. This area is really flat. Actually, I might like this better. It's pretty flat here. I'm kind of thinking long term here. We're not too far away from Barnica. And it looks like we have quests at all these little towns already. See these little exclamation points? So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe here. Alright, let's cut our trees down. We got lots of trees here. We have to cut down 4 more trees. Now we're not going to be able to carry the logs. Alright, building. Building menu can be accessed through the crafting menu, creation menu. Select the building you wish to construct and find a proper place for it. Structures cannot be built too close to other villages and require a relatively flat surface. To fully construct a building, you will need a hammer equipped. While building houses, you can choose the materials you wish to use for each wall and roof module. They will become visible only when the hammer is taken out. Alright. So, build your first house. Yeah, I think I'm going to like this area. I think. We're not too far away from Barnica. There's a bridge right there to cross over. We're not that far away from these two towns. It's kind of just like in the center of the map, really. There are more towns down here that eventually we'll get to. But it's just kind of a good centralized location, I think. So, let's see if we can build our house right here. I am going to save. F5 is quick save. There we go. So, in this game, you want to save and save often. That's a big stone right there. Alright. Where do we want our house? Let's put our house right here. So, we've got a queue, building, houses. And simple small house, we need 6 logs. Alright, so I have, let's go to resources. I'm carrying 1. Probably gonna have to drop a bunch of resources. Okay, we can barely move, but we have enough to build our house now. Dandelions, that's new. And daisies. Okay, these are new. I think these, you get into herbalism. Morel mushrooms they already had, but I think these daisies, let me take a look at that. Interesting. Daisy, a type of herb used for reducing the feeling of thirst. Found in the wilderness during spring and summer, can be consumed or used for crafting. Oh, they give you health. Nice. And 40-second effect duration, 75% less water consumption. Oh, cool. Well, let's go ahead and eat one of those. There's no chance of poison. Okay. So, that says 75% less water consumption. That means our water, that should slow down our water consumption. Very nice. Okay, I like that. Alright, let me put this house down, then we can pick some more daisies. It's getting dark. Alright, so I'm just going to put our house down here. Hopefully it's flat enough. Should be. So we got buildings, houses, and simple small house. Alright. And the front door is automatically put facing you. There we go. We got our first achievement. Hermitage. Alright, now we need to pull out our hammer. Well, I don't think we ever equipped our hammer. Where you at, Mr. Hammer? We did not. I always had my hammer number 8. Sleep. To sleep, you'll need to build a house or craft a campfire. Sleeping is available between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. If you choose to sleep, your character will wake up the next day's morning. Sleeping in your bed restores small amounts of health, while resting by the campfire does not. Okay. But we're not ready to sleep yet. We're going to get this house built. Alright, so we have 0 logs. So we can go ahead and use our sticks and get rid of those. So this part really hasn't changed much, which is fine. I like the building in this game. Actually, the swing animation is different. He used to swing his hammer all the same way. And this is why I wanted to collect our straw, because we need straw for the roof. Yeah, that's cool about the daisies. I like that. That's really neat. Dandelion. What do the dandelions do? I didn't even read that. I was so excited about the daisies. Dandelion, a type of herb used for slowing down the loss of stamina, found in the wilderness during spring and summer, can be consumed or used for crafting. Plus 3 health, 40% effect duration, 85% less stamina consumption. Well, let's eat one of those as well, because that comes in handy when you're building houses. Very cool. Alright, so once we get this house built, we will have a storage box that automatically comes with your house. Hopefully, unless they change that. Yeah, I really like these herbs. That's a really nice addition. What did it say? They're only available during spring and summer. Yeah, both of them. Okay. So you obviously want to gather as many as you can during spring and summer. Alright, let's see here. We need to finish getting our logs. If we hit F to pull our torch. That'll make it a little easier for you guys to see. Make it a lot easier for you guys to see. I was trying to look and see if I had any logs laying on the ground here. Now, there are wolves in the game. That's probably the scariest thing. Well, other than the bandits. We haven't ran into bandits yet, but the wolves used to be scary. But you could ward them off with a torch. And I believe I read somewhere, I think I read on the Steam page, that that's not working now. So that might be interesting. Alright, we got one wall done. We got 2 walls done. We're making a wattle wall. For those of you that are new to this game, you're probably thinking you got to chop down a lot of trees. Well, eventually we will recruit villagers to do this for us. Chop trees down for us. And that comes in really nice during building, because they are, well, they're doing all the work for you. But you also need wood for your villagers to survive. Alright, let's get our hammer back out. When you pull your hammer out, if you haven't noticed, you see what our house looks like that now. When you pull the hammer out, it changes it to blue and green. Blue you've partially worked on, so we can add our straw and our logs. There we go, get our first section done. There's a wall, and there's a wall, and a wall. Alright, we've got all our walls done. Now we just need to finish with the roof. Oh, they changed the look of these houses. Eating is essential for survival. When the food parameter is depleted, you will start to lose health. You can obtain various nutrients from foraging, hunting, and farming. All of the food resources rot over time and may cause food poisoning. Discover different ways to preserve it for longer, such as drying, salting, or preparing meals. Okay. We gotta finish the backside. I thought we were done. Water. Hydration is crucial in the wilderness. When the water parameter is depleted, you will start to lose health. You can refill it by drinking various beverages. Water can be stored and transported in buckets and the water skin. Okay. Oh, there we go. Our house is built. Let's get a drink of water. And let's check out our food situation. Oh, we got berries. Now, berries can be eaten, of course. We used to be able to sell berries, but they really nerfed the berries. Let me gather the rest of these, and I'll tell you what the scoop is on those. They nerfed the berries, so you can't. They're not really feasible to sell anymore. Let's take a look. That's going to be in food. Unripe berry. They sell for 0.2, just like the sticks do. A type of fruit foraged from berry bushes during spring can be consumed. Right now, we're at 20% poisoning, so we don't want to eat them. So typically what I would do with the berries is either I would actually use them for rot, and that comes on later on down the road. But they're in season right now. We just need to make sure not eat any. All right, let's go check out the house. Definitely looks different than the first version. All right, manage. Okay, so it did automatically assign us to this house, our first house. So see, we have one person there. The house is at 100% condition. Right somewhere is us. When we find a wife, she'll go here, and then we have a child, it'll go here. Alright, let's go check it out. So, it automatically comes with a double bed and a single bed. A cauldron for cooking, let's light it. Alright, and the best part is a storage chest. So, this is limited to 50 kilograms. So, I'm going to throw in here... I'm going to throw these daisies in here. You can hit F to transfer the whole stack. And you hit E for all F again. So it's F, E, F. There we go. So for right now, and I'm also going to throw all these berries in here. Alright, let's eat. We can cook at the cauldron. Okay, we have soups, porridges, and other. Other would be... Oh, these are different recipes. Meat with gravy, scrambled eggs with mushroom, quirk, I don't know what that is, and cheese. Alright, so typically when we get... Well, they've changed this a lot, actually. Porridges. Okay, that's the cauldron. If you just click on the fire, the stone campfire, you can cook raw meat. Right here, roasted meat. 1 piece of raw meat equals 1 roasted meat. Okay, and we also have fish and roasted fish, meat, all these different. This is just the basics. Okay, so right now we need to eat. So let's go back to inventory, food, dried meat. So we need to start looking for some food pretty quick, actually. This mushroom, there's a chance of poisoning on it, so I'll end up selling it. Alright, so we've got our house built. Let's go ahead and sleep. Typically, I work through the night. Oh, that's what I started to say earlier. You do not have to sleep in this game. There's no requirement where you have to sleep. So you can actually work all night if you want to. The danger of that is, of course, wolves, and now we have bandits coming around. But anyway, just so you know, you don't have to sleep. But we're going to go ahead and sleep. Sleep next day. Oh, wow, you can skip a whole season? Wow, okay. Available in 1 day, 19 hours. So on day 2, you can skip to the next season. That's new. Sorry, I keep saying that. Alright, let's sleep to the next day. Alright, let's take a look at our new house. Looks cool. So if you hit H, you can hide the menu, which is great for taking screenshots of our new house. Alright, so I like the way that they changed the look of it. Definitely looks better, I think. I mean, it looks simple, but it looks nice. Let's see if we look at it during the daylight. See our 2 beds. Comes with the chest and the cauldron for cooking. Alright, so we need to go talk to... Let me see if I got any more logs over here. I definitely want to pick some more daisies. Yeah, grab. E is grab. Ah! You have to hold down E. Okay, so yeah, it's new, guys. If you hold down E, and you can walk with it. Okay. Alright, very cool. Or you can throw it in your inventory. So I guess if you were down to, like, you couldn't carry any more You know, you could still grab one more. Alright, I'm gonna throw these resources in here. So we've got a... Yeah, we got a bridge there. Yeah, I think I like this new spot. So far, I'm liking what they're doing, what they've done. I like the changes so far. Alright, so we're talking to Deborgina? Right here? Hi. Hi, you're Dobrniga, right? I'm butchering that name, I'm sure. Nice to meet you. I'm Rasimir. Hello, what can I help you with? Unigos told me that you can fix me up with some food. I haven't eaten a proper meal in weeks. Hunger, thirst, and Unigos. Oh, she says, that's right. Nice to meet you too, Rasimir. What brings you to me? I must pick this one? Well, it depends on what proper means to you, but I can offer you something warm and filling. That sounds more than amazing. There you go. What'd she give us? Oh, porridge. Now tell me something about yourself. How do you know my husband? There's nothing much to say, really. I've just arrived at the valley looking for my uncle Jordan. Didn't expect to be done searching so quickly, to be honest. Oh yes, he was Unigos' friend. I remember now hearing that he had eyes just like yours. I'm sorry for your loss. That's okay. I don't even remember him, really. Most that I know about him is from my mother's stories. She always looked up to her big brother, loved him furiously even when he stopped visiting. A lot of people did from what I've heard. There was something special about him. Yeah, tough shoes to fill, huh? The only shoes that you need to worry about filling are your own. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. Thank you for saying that. It's what I needed to hear. But let's not talk about me anymore. What's your story? Wow, okay, so they've really extended these stories out. I was a part of a traveling band of troubadours. I've never managed to learn how to play an instrument, but I was pretty decent with my singing. Our travels brought us to the valley, but not long after the death of your uncle. I still remember seeing Unigos for the first time. He had such sadness in his eyes. Jordan wasn't just a friend of his, he was a part of him. The band left a few days later. I stayed. There was something in Unigos' presence that I simply knew my place was by his side. You probably noticed the age difference. No, not really. What? Are you implying that I look old? Nothing of sorts. Anyway, so it looks like you were anchored here by love. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you could call it that. Or blindness. Or stupidity. Poor judgment, maybe. Whatever sounds best to you. So we didn't have this backstory on Unigos' wife at all in the previous version. Pretend all you like. You fell hard for the grandpa with sad eyes, and you know it. I did. He annoys me sometimes like nobody else. Yet I can't imagine breathing without him now. But don't let me go all soft on you. You surely got some places to go. It was a pleasure talking with you, Dobrina, every second of it. Here, I know it's not much, but it will come in handy when starting a new life. Everything costs coins these days. I really appreciate that, but I'm not looking for a charity. I'll manage. Oh, come on. Don't try to be a hero. Sigh. Men. Alright, do something for me then. It won't be a handout, just for your first pay. That I can't agree on. What do you need? There's a farmer in the village. She's called Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. She usually supplies the tavern with rye, but I haven't got anything from her in a while. My stock is almost gone, and you don't even want to imagine what would happen to these people when we run out of beer. Consider it done. While we're speaking of beer, Unigos asked me to grab a couple for us. We got 2 oat ale. Of course, here you go. Great, thank you. He promised to tell me some stories about Jordan. Oh, I see. Well, in that case... Haha, thank you. So we increased our Dynasty plus 10. And she gave us some beer. She gave us... What did she give us? She gave us 6 oat ale. They are worth, holy cow, 180 coins apiece. Very nice. Alright, so let's go see. We're supposed to deliver. And we increased our Dynasty reputation as well, which is on management. Our Dynasty reputation, we got 30 points right now. So our goal is to increase that Dynasty rep, of course. Alright, let's go see Unigos in here. I'm going to put my spear away. I don't want to scare the poor boy. There we go. Rasimir! Hey, Unigos, you're looking at the proud house owner from the valley, and I'm back bearing beers. A job well done indeed. Alright, let me wet my throat with this amber goodness and start reminiscing. I knew Jordan for 22 years before he died. He was my best and truest friend. A brother, actually. I remember the day we met as if it was yesterday. I was 25 at the time, living in the big city of Jellenberg, where I was born. You could say I hated that place, but still it was the only home I ever knew. Maybe someday I'll tell you more about it. Anyway, I was forced to take care of my own, so I did, doing the only thing I should do, stealing. You were a thief? I was, and a bloody good one, if I might say. Picking pockets was my bread and butter. I could steal a piece of steak right from your fork, and you wouldn't even notice. It wasn't greed that motivated me, just survival, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the process. Stealing is still a crime, no matter the motivation. I'd say you'll want to wait and hear a bit more before getting all high and mighty on me. I'm sorry, go on. We had an annual festival in Jellenberg. I don't know if that's Jellenberg or Jellenberg. It always brought a whole bunch of outsiders to town. You can imagine what that meant for a man in my profession. I could do a day's worth of work in a matter of minutes. I grabbed a few coins here and there, some jewelry, a pair of new boots, and then I saw a nobleman with a money bag strapped to his belt. It was basically begging to be set free. I sneaked behind him in the crowd like I did 1,000 times before. Child's play. I gently grabbed the pouch, did a little shimmy magic, and there it was, sitting neatly in my palm. Just needed to turn around and disappear like always. And then, wham! What happened? I was punched in the face by what felt like a bull, and I was so shocked I didn't even realize what happened until I hit the ground. My head was pounding, I could barely see straight, and do you know what was the first thing I saw next? Another blow coming? Haha, no, a smile. A big, radiant smile on the face of the man with two different eyes. It was your Uncle Jordan, the one I took for a nobleman. He stuck his hand out, helped me get up, and offered me a beer. And my options are, haha, just like that, or wait, he did realize you were just trying to rob him, right? Of course he did. I don't get it. That's just how Jordan was. You see, your uncle was deadly clever. Smartest man I've ever known. Hands down. He could see the world like nobody else. Predict things. He was always at least a dozen steps ahead of anyone else. So, on a rare occasion that somebody surprised him, he was intrigued. And he wasn't expecting you. Indeed. Apparently, even despite my failure, I was still the one that came the closest to robbing him, and he liked that. So I'm guessing you accepted his invitation, right? I didn't really have a choice, did I? I was terrified of the guy at that moment, so we went. He took me to the most expensive and most crowded tavern in the whole town. Remember that it was the day of the festival. Even entering that place was next to impossible. He didn't seem to care, though. In a matter of seconds, we were sitting at the table being serviced by two barmaids at the same time. It was surreal. In my mind, there was only one explanation. He owned the place. And did he? Not at all. It was his first time in Jellenberg. It all felt like a dream, to be honest, especially with me still being dazed after the punch. I was still sure he was a nobleman. His manners, his clothes, the way he talked and moved, and then he chugged a beer like it was a race. Wiped the face with his sleeve and burped like a drum. He went from the lord to the savage like that. Snaps fingers. I relived that moment a dozen times until I realized why he did that. It wasn't a mistake. Oh no. No laziness, no moment of weakness. He wanted me to see it, to understand it. Understand what? That he was full of crap. Ha ha. You see, Rasimir, your uncle, was one of a kind. He was a true master of arms, and his weapon of choice was his confidence. What does that even mean? Imagine a closed door with two armed guards at its sides, and you want what's inside. What are your options? You can force yourself in, bribe the guards, try to pick a lock, but Jordan, he just holds his head up high, walks right in, and demands the door to be open. And my choices are, you were right, that all sounds surreal, I never knew that about my uncle. My mother's stories were quite different. Or, I'm going to be straight with you, it all sounds made up. I'm going with number one. Because I'm afraid she knew a quite different Jordan than me, than everybody in the pack. Wait, the pack? Oh, dear Rasimir, there's so much more you still don't know. Our story hasn't even really begun, but it's getting late. Come on, you can't just leave me hanging like that. Alright, I'm going to tell you a bit more. After the beer we had a couple more. Then some mead, if I remember correctly. Oh, then some mead, if I remember correctly. We were talking about our past, our dreams, convictions, started making some drunken, absurd plans. I thought we were joking, to be honest. The next thing I remember is waking up in silk sheets. I'm guessing they weren't yours, correct? Are you kidding? It was the first time I'd even touched fabric like that. The ceiling in the chamber was so high it could fit a giant. I thought I was dreaming. Then the servants walked in. I was ready to flee, but instead of fighting me, they presented me with breakfast. Really? How come? It was all Jordan's doing. I've never found out how he managed to pull it off. Whenever I asked, he just burst into laughter. Even years after, needless to say, I left Yellenberg with him on that day. The first time I went outside of the town's walls and never came back. That was the day the pack was born. And 3 years later, there were 5 of us. A real team. A family. We called ourselves the Reminders. Oh wow, I wish I could be there. It all sounds incredible. I've never had an adventure like that, and probably never will. Easy, my boy. It wasn't always fun and lovely, but it's a tale for another time. It really did get late, and I'm sure you still have a lot of work to do. Come and find me tomorrow. We'll talk some more. I'll do that. Thank you, Unigast, for everything. And Unigast's story, we have to wait for the next day. Okay, so now we'll just head back home. What do I have? Oh, okay, if you look down the bottom left, because I've been drinking a beer meter. Let's see if it shows anything. Oh, right here. Yeah, I think that's a little drunk meter is what that is. All right, guys, I'm going to end this one here. Let's do a quick save. And hey, I hope you enjoyed this. It's been fun starting over. I like the changes they made to the game, and they made a lot of changes to the storyline already. They never had this whole backstory on my uncle. So that's really cool I think that's really cool to learn all that and to get a backstory. So I like our new location where we're gonna live. Again, it's close to these two, or really it's in the middle. It's close to everything, really, in the middle. So I think I'm gonna like that area. I'm really excited about that. I may do some building off camera. I don't know. You guys may let me know in the comment section. Do you want to see all that, like me building the separate resources? I know for some of you that are new to this game, you might want to see that. Some of you that have been with me for a while, you may not want to see that. So let me know down in the comment section, what you want to see. And if you like this episode, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Also, I always want to remind people to hit that notification bell. I always forget that. If you hit that notification bell, it lets you know that I got new videos coming out, or new video has been released. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate each and every one of you that subscribes. And come back and see me for more episodes of Medieval Dynasty. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.